Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me, Mr. Cinema Junkie, back here once again with a little bit of a review. Actually, I'm going to do a double review today. And right now I'm enjoying a little Sobe Life Water because I've been drinking way too much soda and I can feel it. It's like syrup in my veins. But this is light and refreshing and oh, tastes like crap. Seriously, it's like smells awesome, but it tastes like Kool-Aid that's been watered down, and like when the ice melts in your last drink of Kool-Aid, you drink it real fast. It's got remnants of the flavor that was in there, but it's just water. Not to mention that I just had like a couple of M&Ms, so anything sweet in here is just out the door. Ugh. Whew. Okay, that takes a little getting used to. Anyways, I was out yesterday with the wife, and we're doing a little shopping, and we passed by the epitome of evil. We passed by a Red Box. And yes, I did my little video response to John about Redbox and how I felt about it, and I still feel that way about it. But I can agree with him on the fact that on all the points that he made, especially it's not so bad if you do it once in a while. It's not convenient to me if I have to get in my car and run out and say, hey, let's go get a movie, and I have to run to a Redbox and get it. To me, if I'm going to drive, I'm going to drive to a video store. But this just so happened we were at the store yesterday, and there was a Redbox there. So out of the blue, my wife says, let's get a movie, and I'm like, all right, as long as we're here. So it's not like I went out of my way to get the damn thing. But anyways, they had some deal going on that if you rent two, you get one free, and she said, let's do that, and it was her credit card, so okay. So wound up seeing Machete, Machete, depending on how you want to pronounce that. Machete with Danny Trejo and Case 39. Case 39, I was expecting something way different in that one. I don't know. I thought it was like a haunted house movie, another one of those, the person's haunted and not the house kind of thing. Totally wrong on that one. That was not even what that movie was about. But let me start with Machete. First off, I have heard mixed reviews about this movie. I've heard good and bad. I've heard people saying it was too silly. I've heard people saying it was righteous. And here's where I stand on this movie. You got to go into this thing knowing what they were aiming for in this one. They were aiming for a grindhouse feel. Now, grindhouse movies are not just horror movies, but more so movies that are just so over the top and unbelievable that they defy any logic. A lot of exploitation movies were grindhouse movies. And yes, of course, horror movies as well. But if you look at the offering from Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, the grindhouse offering, you notice one was Planet Terror, which was a horror movie. The other one, Death Proof, was more like just a violent exploitation movie, not horror, but way over the top. So that's what Machete basically was. It was just very over the top, a lot of action, a lot of gratuitous violence, a couple of cheap stabs at humor, definitely trying to carry a socio-political message, I guess, about immigration and things of that nature. But it was entertaining. I thought it was pretty damn entertaining. Yeah, there was a lot of CGI. That's what Robert Rodriguez does. He does a lot of digital effects, a lot of After Effects and things like that. So yeah, it was everything I thought it was going to be, and I think a lot of people that were in that movie, like Michelle Rodriguez and uh, Lindsay Lohan, Jessica Alba, Robert De Niro, Steven Seagal, they got to stretch a little. They got to just really just let loose, be as over the top or as outrageous as they wanted to be with the roles that they were given, because that's what it called for. The the fight scenes and the shooting scenes and scenes of people. I think my favorite scene was when he was escaping from the hospital, when Danny Trejo was escaping from the hospital, and he cut open this guy's stomach and pulled his intestines out and ran to the end of the hall, dragging his intestine behind him, jumping out the window and swinging from his intestine to the bottom window. That was awesome. That's just fun, man. That was just really cool fun, and uh, you can't take something like that too seriously. You can't. So I definitely approve that movie. I definitely give it a thumbs up. I'd say out of 5 stars, I'd give it 3.5 to 4, just because knowing what I was getting into when I went into it, it was better than I expected. I wasn't expecting too much, but I thought it was pretty awesome. Case 39, real quick. This movie is basically about a girl who is taken in by a caseworker for children's services because she believes the parents are abusing her and hurting her, and she gets a cop friend of hers to go to the house, and they both go in and they hear the girl screaming, and the mother and father are trying to stick her in the oven and cook her alive. She feels the parents are crazy, has them both committed or trying to stand trial, trying to convict them both. And while she's doing that, she takes care of the child. Well, she starts to notice there's some things going on with this child. People start dropping dead around her. People in her life start getting 86'd, and it seems that this girl is somehow connected to all that. It was a little more than just ghosts and stuff like that. It was a lot more than that. Uh, Totally threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting the direction that it took. And once it took that direction, then everything started to become a little more, I guess, predictable, but not predictable in a boring way. I mean, you kind of saw what was coming. Once you catch on to what's going on in the movie, you pretty much know what's coming down the way. The ending was it was a little weak, but not altogether terrible. I kind of wish there was a little more story on the girl, I guess. But all in all, I did like it. That's one I would purchase. Liked it a lot better than movies, say, like Hide and Seek, little girl going bad kind of movie. I liked it a little bit better than Hide and Seek. And out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it a solid 3. But the only thing that threw me was Renee Zellweger, because I don't know what's going on with her over the past few years. She's kind of losing whatever charm she had before. Now she makes these really weird faces. Like, she looks monkey-ish somehow. I don't know. That's what I caught. She used to be kind of cute, kind of that cute girl next door kind of feel to her. Now she's just there. But it does start. I can't remember the little girl's name, but she was in the movie Silent Hill, I believe. I think that was her. If you know who I'm talking about, there you go. But Case 39, give it a solid 3 stars. Machete, I give a solid 3.5 to 4 stars. And that doesn't sound very solid, does it? That's kind of wishy-washy. But there you go. Those are my reviews. Machete and Case 39. Give them a check. See what you think of it. If you've seen them, comment below. Tell me what you thought of them. If you've tried the Sobe Life Water, tell me what you think of it. Personally, I think it tastes like piss, but it's okay. It's a little more refreshing than soda. So those are my reviews, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will be checking in again soon.